Hello everybody. Well, had a few people ask me for an update review on these Lumenier Kevlar battery straps. I did a video on them a long time ago when I had 250 flights on the very first one I used, and honestly it's still going strong, and I'll show you here in just a minute. But Lumenier Kevlar battery straps, these are 16 by 220. They do come in a few different sizes. I think there was a 16 by 250, and I think there's a 20 by 250 as well. I'm not absolutely sure. You can go to the Lumenier website to get that information. But yeah, there's a brand new one, and it's got the Velcro soft side all the way down from the almost to the buckle, all the way up here to where the hard Velcro part is, and this is all stitched on, separate Velcro to the Kevlar. It's all stitched all the way down the side, and it's got this rubbery stuff right here that's stitched in, and it's weaved all the way around. It does have a metal buckle that is welded, so it's not going anywhere. And then it's got the Lumenier logo on a piece of fabric right here, and there's the end where you would grab it to cinch it down. The only problem I've had with these, and I don't really call it a problem, but this fabric that the Lumenier logo is on, and I mentioned this before, it kind of tends to fray because you're grabbing this end all the time to cinch down your battery strap, and eventually this fabric will start fraying out of here. It's just that type of fabric right here that the logo is on. It doesn't affect the Velcro or the Kevlar here, but all I did with it was I just took some like super glue gel, like a Loctite brand gel super glue, just rubbed some underneath there with the tip of the glue dispenser and just pinched it down, and it's been like that ever since, and I'll show you that here. But there's a brand new one. You get a good look at that. And let's go to the very first one I used, and that is on this quad right here. This quad was in my previous video for this, and this one now has a little more than 800 flights. I did mention to somebody I thought I had close to 1,000. Well, that's pretty close to 1,000, but a little more than 800 flights on this, on this battery strap. So let's get this off of here, and I'll show you the condition of this particular battery strap since it has so many flights on it. This is the one that has the most flights on this battery strap. Buckle is still perfectly intact. There's no tearing here at the buckle at all of the strap itself. Stitching is still good. Stitching is still good all the way down on the Velcro, all the way onto the hard Velcro, even though that's still only stitched on the edge and in the middle right here. Then here's the Lumenier logo fabric here, and that's where I super glued it right there. Just like I said, just rubbed some super glue underneath there and just pinched it down and let it dry, and it's been like that ever since. I haven't had to glue it again. But I pointed out a few points here in my previous video about what's going on with these, and this is the same situation. It's been going on. Got the little rubber stuff here. This stuff is really stretchy though. It's coming up at all the stress points. It's just pulling up through, you know, just a little bit. It's not affecting the battery strap's performance any. I got a couple here that finally broke, but they're not causing a problem at all. I mean, look how stretchy this stuff is. This is like really, really stretchy, rubbery stuff. But it's just the stretch points is lifting up, and that's not a big deal. It's not causing a problem any. Look at that. Look at how far that stretches. It's like 5 times the length or 6 times the length of what's there. Yep, that's like 6 times the length it'll stretch. So it's pretty good stuff here. But anyway, that's the very first one. 800 flights on this, and it's still going strong. The Velcro's still pretty strong. It's not. If I was to push this down on here, and you can see, I get my finger in the loop. I got to really pull it to get it to come loose. So your battery is not going to go anywhere. I mean, it's not as strong as it was when it first was brand new. I think on these straps, what's going to wear out first is the Velcro. So I'll have to replace this because of the Velcro before anything else, I think. That's what, in my opinion. But it's still plenty strong enough to hold the battery in. I haven't had any problems, and I've had plenty of crashes with this quad. I've replaced the frame on lower plate on this once already. I've smacked trees. I've done some pretty hard tumbles. I've actually was doing an reverse power loop when it was getting too dark, and you know, of course, with the camera, everything blends in at a certain part of dusk, you know, certain point of dusk, and didn't remember where the ground was, and ended up slamming straight down to the ground like that, upside down. Killed the battery. Didn't eject it. Battery strap's fine. Luckily, the battery did not catch on fire, but it was pretty well damaged, and I wasn't going to trust it anymore, so I just discharged it and disposed of it. But there's the first battery strap that I ever put on here. The second battery strap I started using was on this one. This one here, I think has about 500 or 600 flights. Let me check real quick. Just about 500 flights. Just shy of 500 flights on this one, on this battery strap here. It's like 465 or so. And same thing, stress points is lifting up where the rubber's lifting up on the stress points, which is not a big deal. This is starting to fray right there, you can see. But eventually I might have to glue that. Buckle's still fine, no tearing, no nothing like that. Velcro's still pretty strong. Yep, it's even stronger than the other one. But there's number 2 that I used. Then on my 5-inch quads, I'm using 2 on these because I don't have a sticky pad here. I just have that foam, so I use the 2 since I'm using larger batteries. On these little 3-inch quads, I'm using some Tattu 850s, R-lines, mostly R-lines. And then on these 5-inch, I'm using the 1550s and the 1800s right now as well. And these 16 by 220s fit around those batteries as well on this this Badger frame, Armattan Badger frame. By the way, those 3-inch frames are Japalura, Armattan Japaluras. Same thing here. You look at these battery straps, the same situation. The stress points is where the rubber's starting to pull up, which isn't a big deal. And you can see on this is one thing I've noticed that happens with these. On the edge, the Kevlar fabric will start lifting off of the edge. But it's only been like a couple of threads. Like this is the most I've seen come off of one of these. And if they just start dangling or whatever, you can just clip them off. I mean, I've clipped off a couple of them off of the other ones. Like this one here. I mean, there's a couple of threads right there. I may as well clip them here. Just in case they start getting too long and they might catch in a prop or something, which you don't want the Kevlar catching into a prop or your motor. So I just clip them off and it still keeps going. Now, there's quite a few on this one, but this one here, these 2 straps on this quad, tell you how many flights are on that one here in just a second. See, I just clip them off. It's not a big deal. It's not going anywhere. It's not affecting it any. Got a nice long piece that's broken loose right there of the rubber. Just clip that off too, just in case. But anyway, that one there has those 2 straps right there have. I've had these on here since flight 1 on this one. Just shy of 600 flights on these 2 battery straps. And then on my other 5-inch, this one has, this is my newest quad, it has 150 flights, just about 147 flights. Okay, so yeah, these are pretty new, and it's the exact same thing. You see where the stress points are, where the rubber is stretching up, just where the stress points are on the battery. And this is starting to fray too, just like the others. So just super glue fixes that. Super glue gel and just pinch it down. But yeah, everything's perfectly strapped. I can't recommend these any, you know, I can recommend these more than any other strap. I just don't see the feasibility in buying another type of strap, because these things have paid for themselves so many times over compared to these other straps, because they always do the same thing. All these other brands of straps I've used, all these different types of straps I've used, they do the same exact things. Tear at the buckle, the stitching comes loose, they tear where the frame touches it. You know, if your frame, you know, where the strap comes around and it touches the frame, it, you know, tears in there. The Velcro comes off, or if it's got that rubberized coating on it, that rubberized coating comes off, just starts flaking everywhere. I mean, just so many different things. And they always broke. I had so many of those other types of battery straps break on me and just tear on me. I was getting like 10 flights to 20 flights, maybe 25 flights out of a battery pack with all the, mishaps and crashes and stuff. And, just ejected batteries and trying to find the battery and the weeds and the grass and everything. These things here, I've had one ejected battery in every crash I've had with these things. And it didn't get very far, but that was on it was on this one, as a matter of fact. This one here, it ejected the battery. Just the way it crashed, it actually slid on this foam pad just enough to eject it. But other than that, I mean, I've never had a problem with these battery straps. I cannot recommend these any more than right now. Just, if you can find these, get them. If you can get a hold of these battery straps, these Lumenier Kevlars, get them. They will pay for themselves so many times over. I think there's like a 3-pack is like $7 or something like that on average. But you think about it, you'll pay, $3 to $5 for, 3, 4, 5 cheaper straps. But how many flights are you going to get out of them? What, 20, 30 flights? Maybe. On each one, if you're lucky, before they start tearing somewhere and weakening. But these things, wow, I mean, this one here, 800 plus flights. That's ridiculous. I mean, imagine how many battery straps I'd have gone through in 800 flights, averaging 20 flights of battery strap. Right there. How many dollars is that? Just say $4 for 5. Every 100 I'd be spending $4, and I've got 800 on this, so that's paid for itself 8 times over already. So do the math. These are cheaper in the long run. I definitely recommend these. I can't say anything better about them. I mean, I don't know how to say anything better about them compared to other battery straps. So there you go, guys. Updated review on these, like a few people asked, and I don't know if you guys can get them. Get them. I know some countries they probably can't get them, but if you can have somebody send them to you or whatever, it might kill you on shipping. Who knows? But sometimes even the shipping is going to be worth it in the long run. But yeah, guys, I don't know what else to say about these. Excellent battery straps. I love them. So thanks for watching, guys. Sorry this video took a little longer than I expected, but we'll catch you on the next one.